Hello, beautifuls. Hope you can hear me. I do have clothes on. Welcome to Coffee with Lilli. A little bit about anxiety today, and a question that I want to pose before we get started, which is, what if your anxiety wasn't like a disorder or a disease, but what if it was a response? Maybe a little bit of a paradigm shift, depending on where you are. And your relationship to your anxiety could be new, or it could be something that you've been living with for a long time. I understand. I get that for sure. But a little bit of a reframe may help with where you want to grow forward. What I've come to learn is that things like anxiety that pop up in our life are really a telltale sign of what is happening with us. A lot of times, not all the time, right? Like generalizations I feel like are a little bit dangerous, but sometimes what we're seeing as anxiety can really be posed as a response, an emotional response to an environment or to parts of us that are feeling unsafe, maybe unseen, maybe unheard, some really fundamental emotional needs that we have maybe aren't being met. And so what I'd like to pose today is that if you notice anxiety coming up in your life, it may actually make a lot of sense. Do you like it? Maybe not. If you want to post in the comments of like how anxiety shows up for you, I'd be happy to riff on that a little bit. But what I've learned about my anxiety, and most of my clients do, have anxiety responses as well, is that really it's pointing to sometimes an emotional need that's not being met within ourselves. So if you've been in the healing world for a while, you may know a little bit about abandonment wounds. You may know about attachment styles. And all of this comes from a really deep, unhealed part of ourselves that's how we present ourselves into the world. Like with anxious attachment style, it's like, I need to know that I'm loved, or I need to know that I'm seen. I need to know that everything's okay. And there's an anxiety attached to that. So what I want to say is that it may be interesting for you to think of how your anxiety and why it shows up. For example, in that example that I just gave, if you're in your relationships and you're finding yourself constantly needing to be reinforced, or if like someone doesn't text you for a long time and you go into this like anxious spiral, and it really kind of turns into, something really kind of deep seated, a lot of maybe inner critic voices and some self-blame and self-hate. Really what that points to, from my perspective, is a part of us that feels abandoned. And how do we work with that part of us within ourselves or within safe support with others to start to heal that unhealed wound, that emotional trauma? And I think the thing that gets a little bit shaky with anxiety is anxiety, I forgot what it's called exactly, but anxiety disorder is in the DSM, which is the kind of the Bible for like therapists and psychotherapists to identify what's going on. And I think the problem that I see particularly with anxiety and some of these other responses, is that they're treated at the symptom level. And obviously, if there are physical things happening with regard to your anxiety, I absolutely, I think it's important, to look at the physical aspect too. But from my pillar and from where I stand, the emotional component of our anxiety, if it is not explored or examined, then we're really just treating the symptoms and not the root cause. So my hope is that with this today, my intention is to pose a little bit of a different perspective on if you are feeling anxiety, especially in your relationships and with yourself. I know the tendency to not want it to be there, right? Because it's not a great feeling. It's a feeling that you feel in your body. It makes you feel really crappy about yourself. And it doesn't feel like right and aligned and secure, especially when you're talking about relationships. And maybe the reframe would be, instead of like, I really don't want this, which that's okay too, but in a way of compassion and kindness and understanding, to try to understand what the anxiety is trying to tell us. Because all of this, anxiety is a response to an emotional environment most of the time. So just a thought. I hope that helps today. And I know some of you have already grabbed, I actually have a free workbook that I just put out on my Instagram bio. And I know some of you have already claimed that. And this is what, it goes into a little bit deeper of your personal experience with anxiety. So if you're interested in how to deal with anxiety and being able to open up that space so you can receive limitless love in relationships, that information is in my bio. It's a free gift for my community. It's only going to be up for a few days. So grab that. And my suggestion to you is really just to start to understand, the anxiety that comes up for you, what it means, what it feels like in your body, what triggers it, what's it trying to tell you, and what does it need to heal. So that's a little bit of individual work that you can do surrounding those anxiety responses that are coming up. I hope that helps you today. Bye.